Okay, so let's go ahead and first of all add the character. After that we will read the inputs. Alright, so I'm gonna add the character right here. Just simply drag and drop it. Then you can select the camera and move the camera down below. Then back right here behind the player. Okay, once this is set up, then you can click on the character, click on prefab, unpack completely. Let's name this as player as well. And then what we're gonna do now is in the scripts folder, we're gonna create a new folder by the name of player. And in here, create a C# script by the name of input manager. Alright, click on player. Then you can drag and drop this script right there. Then we can open it up. In a text editor, I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can open it up in your own. Then what we're gonna do right here is we will now read the inputs from our keyboard. So as you know that we have a player controls set up right here. Alright, and as you know that it has this C# script in which the movement and camera movement, everything is set up. Okay, so we need to read the inputs from the player controls. Alright, so the script name is player controls, then name it as player controls. Then after that create a public vector3, actually vector2, name it as movement input. Alright, then we will create a onEnable method in which we're gonna first of all check that if the player controls is null. Alright, so if it is null, then player controls will be equals to new player controls. Okay, then we will say player controls dot player movement. This is the action map name. Okay, player movement which we created. Then we will type movement dot performed plus equals to I, then equals to greater than movement input equals to I dot read value, then type vector2, and that's it. Alright, so this player movement is the action map name player movement. Then we have this action. In this action we have this movement in which we have this WASD key set up. Alright, so we are reading that right here. Okay, now right after the curly brackets we will say player controls dot enable and then right down below create a onDisable method in which we will say player controls dot disable. That is all we have to do. Just make sure that you add round brackets at the end of enable and disable. Okay, then you can get back right here, click on player, and as you can see we have the movement input vector2 right here, in which now if we press the movement keys which is WASD, it will read the value. Alright, so if we start the game, right click on game. Now if you press W, as you can see Y become 1s. If you press S, it becomes -1. If you press X, if you press A, x become -1, and then if you press D it becomes 1, and you can test this using the controller and it will work perfectly fine on the controller as well. Okay, so now we are reading the values. So let's just end this video right here.